What's up, guys? This is Imagine. As you see Fallout 3 right here. Like I said in my setup video, this is a great game. Very great game. Speaking of that, I am at my friend's house still, because this and the other video are about 2 seconds apart. Anyways, to elaborate on this game, if you want to know anything about Fallout, or if I ever want to know anything about Fallout, I go to this guy, because he knows all, sees all, and hears all about this game. And he's up to date. There's actually a site, fallout.wikia.org or something like that, where you can figure out all your useful information on Fallout there. Now, Fallout 3, this is not the Game of the Year edition, but I would recommend you buy the Game of the Year edition, because then again it comes with 4 DLCs, which is downloadable content for you illiterate ones. They would conclude Mothership Zeta, Point Lookout, Operation Anchorage, Into the Pit, and Broken Steel. So my bad, 5. Broken Steel is just to advance you to level 30, and you get extra missions at the end of the game. So, as you see in this game, you start out, well really you start out just newborn, and then as you'll find out, there's I don't really want to give away the game to you, so you should probably just go out and buy it and play it. It's probably about like $10 or something, 15, I don't know. If you have a GameStop account, it would be of course cheaper if there's a GameStop near you. Other game stores like Press Start, Walmart probably has it, Target, I don't know. Just go buy it, because like I said, it's a great game. So to go over the storyline of you, you will start out in Vault 101 as a toddler. I believe it's a 10-year-old, and then you are 16, which then you will then take the GOAT exam, which you can, if you talk right and if you know what you're doing, you don't necessarily have to take it. It's pretty much pinpointing your main skills throughout the game. Well, actually, it's like your tagged skills is what they call it in the game. Later on, you can of course move any skill up that you want, but this is the 3 you pick is probably the main ones you want to move up, considering you obviously think you need them the most. Throughout the game, if I started out, I would choose repair explosives and small guns. That's just my preference. If you guys want any help, I mean, you can always talk to me, and if I don't know the answer, I will just come to my friend here. Anyway, you will then find your way out of the vault, because, that's the whole story, I don't want to give it all to you. You will come across a town called Springfield, and depending on how you do this story, of course, I've played it many times, and I know what I'm doing, so I usually, go to this house, which then you proceed to get bottle caps. Bottle caps is the source of currency in this game, if you guys know anything about it. Then you will come across a town called Megaton. Most likely you will come across this first. If you don't come across this first, you're most likely going to die, just because that's how the wasteland treats you out there. Raiders, super mutants, centaurs, mirelurks. Anyway, besides all those mutant animals, you run into Megaton, and there you'll be greeted by the humble sheriff, Lucas Sims. He doesn't want you to start in trouble in this town, so I would recommend not to, because you will die. Especially at this low level, unless you are Fallout Master like my friend here, you will die. So, you come across a few places. Craterside Supply, Moriarty Saloon, there's medical clinic, all that stuff. You can talk to Lucas Sims about disarming the nuke in the middle of the town. That is a whole other story, and you guys should play it to find out, like I've been telling you since the beginning of this video. Moriarty Saloon, you will run into a rather nice guy named Mr. Burke. I wouldn't call him too nice, considering he wants to blow this eyesore into the sky. He is recruited by Alistair Tenpenny. That is another place. Tenpenny Tower, that is one of your main trading posts. Of course, there are many ways to ruin that. Speaking of trading posts, there's only a few of them in this game. So, I would recommend keeping them as best you can, because You will need to trade. You will need to have ammo, guns, all that necessary needs, of course. Like I said, if you're going to travel the wasteland, because you're obviously a vault dweller, as they would call you, as Three Dog would call you. Speaking of Three Dog, running into Moriarty Saloon, you run into this guy named Moriarty. Of course, he is the owner. He will tell you about your dad, maybe tell you to kill somebody, then he'll give you the information. I don't know, I mean, I only played it a couple times. And you will get sent to your GNR, which is Galaxy News Radio. You will meet Three Dog there, and you can talk to him. He might send you to do something, but if you know how to word it right, if you know how to play the game, then you can get it past all that and just go right to Rivet City. Rivet City is pretty much, I'd have to say, the most successful, biggest city in the whole game. I would say so myself. There you will figure out a bunch of stuff. You will eventually probably run across somebody who will tell you about your dad, because it's pretty much the main storyline. It's like, go talk to this person. And you'll eventually find out that he used to run this project, Project Purity. You have to go there, you have to pick up the, what are they called, videotape vlogs or whatever they are. You will eventually find out he went to Vault 112 to get a piece called the Gek, figure out information about it. You will then go into simulation. I'm giving you away the whole story, but that doesn't care, because if you guys don't buy it, you will not get to recommence this nice of a game. Anyways, you will go through this stuff. It's kind of weird. It's all old time, pre-war stuff according to the game. There's a couple ways to escape that. There's a couple ways of doing it. There's numerous ways of kind of achieving that quest goal. You'll, after you achieve that, you run into your dad, finally, after like, I don't know, a couple months in the waste. Your dad, you'll go back to Project Period, you do all that stuff, and then it will get overran by what they like to call themselves, the United States government, the Enclave. You know, I really don't like them all that much, in my personal opinion. They kill me an awful lot in that game. So when you run into them, you kind of attack the place. Then you go to the Brotherhood. Brotherhood and Enclave are pretty much fighting out through the whole game. They're like the rivals. It's like, you know, like Ravens and Steelers. It's like rivalry. So you'll do all that, and pretty much overall game, it's a free roaming game. And if you buy the regular edition, which this is right here, I have the Game of the Year edition at my house, as you guys see. This regular edition, well, you will end the game as soon as you start to purify for the second time, which I kind of gave it away. But it will end, and you will be disappointed because you will want to roam the waste, shoot people with lasers, shoot some super mutant heads off, figure out all that kind of things. Oh, and another thing, while roaming the waste, you'll run into bobbleheads. Bobbleheads, there are 30 of them, I believe. Am I right? Oh, he's not answering. I believe there's 30 bobbleheads, right? Oh, well, there's 20 bobbleheads. There's your main skills, and then there's some other skills, all those other ones. But you want to keep those because they do permanent stats on your so-called, like, they help you out a lot, okay? So you might want to pick them up. You can look up videos on YouTube of how to get them. Maybe I'll explain a few. Maybe I'll share some gameplay about them. And speaking of rare kind of helpful things, there's a lot of rare weapons. There's rare armor, rare guns. There's rolling pins, for God's sakes. There's like 3 of them in the game, so that's pretty rare. You can beat people with them. I don't care what you do with them, but you might want to look that up, because if you're an interested Fallout player, you want to achieve all that. Like my friend tries to start every save with getting every single rare weapon in the whole game. Usually works out until he misses one. But then, of course, he starts there. Now, that is a dedicated Fallout player, if you ask me. And he supports Bethesda in all their plays. Bethesda, it's a good software company. They're really good at making games. It's kind of a shout out to Bethesda. You might want to follow up on all their games and all their reviews. Now, Fallout 3 is rated mature, so then again, if you are not 17 or older, you will not be able to get this game. So bring your parent, guardian, grandparent, brother, sister, I don't care. Go buy it with somebody that's 17 plus. If you are 17 plus, go hop in your car and get it, because it's a great game. Anyways, that is kind of overview about Fallout. If you have any more questions about Fallout, maybe I'll do another segment on it. I do not know yet, but I would like to say this was Imagine and his kind of opinion on Fallout. But this won't so much be a topic and opinion section. This will be, I don't know what I'll name it. Maybe, I don't know. It'll have its own segment about talking about games, special games that I personally like. Because if I do not like the game, maybe I'll talk about it, just not too good. See what I'm saying? Well, this was Imagine. This is kind of an 11-minute long video. I hope you watch it all. Thank you.